Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for your time today. I'm chairman of IRC. It's a company which I founded many years ago when, like a lot of miners, we'd fallen in love with the idea of titanium dioxide, and it started originally as a TiO2 producer at the Kuranak deposit. And suddenly we discovered that the byproduct of our titanium dioxide was more valuable than the TiO2, and we got involved in the iron ore business almost by accident. But many of the good things in my life have happened because of happy accidents. Once we were involved in iron ore, we had to have something a bit bigger than Kuranak, and we took on a huge deposit, Kimkansko and Sutarsko, in the Jewish Autonomous Republic in Russia, with the fantastic advantage of being, as the crow flies, although you can't move iron ore with a crow, about 50-60 miles from the Chinese border. So we're much, much closer to the steel mills in China than are the Australian producers, or indeed the Brazilian producers. We've got, as it shows you on here, 387 million tons of reserves and about 1.4 billion tons in total resources. So it's a significant business with a long mine life. Current production is scheduled for 3.2 million tons of concentrate a year, and with plans to increase that first to 6 and then probably to about 10 million tons. We've built the railway connection, which happily was all of about 7 or 8 kilometers to the BAM railroad, and have been in production there. We have been in production there for, I think, for about 6 years. Today is a happy day for us because we made 1 or 2 big announcements, and I was allowed to celebrate that on Bloomberg first thing this morning. When we started the KNS deposit, we borrowed about $340 million worth of project finance from ICBC, backed up by Sinosure. Because the Chinese contractor was building the project in Russia, this qualified for government support from China to build the operation, and so that's why we went to those two, that banking combination, Sinosure being in effect the export credit department of the Chinese economy in those days. And today, the exciting thing is that we've refinanced it. We paid back ICBC today, and the other 2 smaller items will be paid off this week. Gazprom, the 3rd largest of the Russian banks, with whom we've had a long relationship, both in IRC and also with Petropavlovsk, which is was originally the parent company of IRC, and I'm very happy with the way that's gone. I would also say very much thank you to ICBC and to Sinosure, because without them we simply wouldn't have got this project to work. Building new mines is a complicated thing to do, and the engineering company who built the mine, it was the first time they'd operated outside China, so there were the inevitable teething issues, plus the teething issues of weather and a foreign country. So that rather delayed operations. Of the 340 million that we borrowed, originally we've already paid back 100 million, but that didn't at all it was not at all aligned with the production profile that we had set ourselves. And one of the reasons for doing this refinancing was to reorganize the production, the repayment schedule to fit with the production. So we're very happy about that, and it strengthens us. It puts us back onto a much more stable footing than we were before this happened. So today is a good day. I hope the share price would roar up on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange today, but needless to say, the old adage of buy on the rumor and sell on the news is what happened, and the share price, of course, did nothing at all except go down. So moving on from that, let me explain a little bit more about the other exciting things that are happening to us. And this is a key slide, because you'll see that our operations, where it says K&S there with a couple of crossed hammers, are right beside the railway. And we're currently shipping our ore down the railway line to Shui Fan He, which takes about 9 days, 9 to 10 days. And because the railway lines are different gauges in Russia and China, it gets moved from the Russian railway system to the Chinese railway system. But then the trucks have to come back. So the actual round trip for us is double the distance. And we had the brilliant idea quite a long time ago now of building a bridge, the first bridge from Russia to China, close to us, where you can see the red downward arrow, is where the bridge was, where we decided to do that. And you can see that going from us to there, across the bridge and into Shuangyashan, where the steel mills are, is a hell of a lot closer. And that's only a 3 to 5 days, rather than the huge trip down this. And because the trucks are coming back, again, the saving is dramatic. Probably in the order of around $5 a ton delivered in China. The bridge is now almost complete, and the governor of the Jewish Autonomous Republic, which is a part of Russia, told us publicly last week that it would be operational, well, not operational, it will be complete in June this year and operational in September. It's a long bridge. It's a couple of kilometers long and over a very important waterway in the region. And so it had to be, obviously, to withstand the weight of these trains, had to be of considerable strength and indeed size to span the waterway. So this will make a very big difference to our lives, and again, something that has perhaps not been appreciated by the market. The other change which we're quite proud about is that we've finally been noticed by our domestic steel producers. Whereas we built this operation to take advantage of the logistical benefits of being right close to the borders of China, because we're right on the railway, we can effectively ship our own iron ore backwards into Russia. And so we've now started selling both to the Russian mills and to the Chinese mills. Good news about that is that that gives us competition amongst our customers, whereas just shipping to the mills in the northeast of China, there was some degree of pressure on our selling price, with a strong rival consumer in the Russian Federation. We have a better pricing arrangement than we otherwise might have. And again, these are things that are greatly to our benefit. In terms of production, that's, I hope, relatively clearly set out on the slide here. It's a big operation. It's not. It's something that surprised me, even though we built the gold mines in Russia as well, of the amount of material we actually had to move and the volume of the production we were shipping. It's very exciting to see your operation actually have railway engines and trains coming up to the loading point, and I felt very proud of being one of the people who actually sort of got this rolling. And I think again, it's part of the thing that we haven't perhaps told people enough about the strength of what we have achieved over the years that we've been operating, and nor have we been very brave about talking to people about the other things which are in our favour, our ability to expand our production at the existing site, and also another deposit we have, which is on the Russian border at Garanskoye, which would give us another whole, move us up into a different sphere of iron ore production, if and when we have the capital to develop that. Sorry? Wrap up. Okay, then very quickly, we have other things to do. Vanadium, the new battery material, is vitally important to us, and ilmenite is again something which the prices are, but make that worth looking at again. Thank you very much.